right. Love Them Knives channel, LTK here. We got a knife to talk about. Just thought I'd run this little puppy past you. This is called the Quicksilver from Kizer Knives. Pretty open design here. Titanium frame lock flipper, S35 VN steel. Have you ever known a knife to have those materials? Wow. Oh yeah, never mind. Just about every knife that comes on here. But, you know, if it's a good recipe, it's worth repeating. This knife here, I really, I like it. I like the design of this knife. This is Kim Ning is the designer. I don't know if they got his name on here. Yeah, they do. So he did also that shoal knife and mini shoal as well for Kizer. So he's doing several knives that he's designed in collaboration, and stonewash blade. This is obviously like anodized, a little darker gray, so that's nice. It kind of gives it a little bit of distinctive flavor between the handle and the blade. It's not just too much silver. It's Quicksilver. That's what it is. Yes, it is. I had to get that in there somehow. Milled opening in the top of the, through the middle of the flipper tab. The flipper tab is, pointing a bit forward and there's no jimping on it, but I haven't experienced any difficulty really making contact with it. It's not so overly polished, or let's put it this way, the detent is not so overly done that it presents a problem. The detent, you can, it's not easy to fail. You can do it though. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So it's about a 5.5 on my detent scale. The thing is, it's maybe a 6, 5.5 to 6. But that really, what's important is it holds the detent long enough to give you good action once it releases, and also that it's not that important to have real strong detent if you've got great bearings and smooth action. And this is really pretty smooth. It really is. I mean, the action on this thing is great. Check the blade centering. Yeah, perfect. No lock rock, no blade play, nothing there. You've got, of course, a hardened steel insert in your lock bar to interface with your S35 VN blade, and you've got about a 45% lockup there, so that's pretty strong lockup. Yeah, the action's really nice. Of course, it's got the pinwheel pivot design, so that's, I just love it. There's a couple guys that just do not like that. And I think, it's something that either fits the knife or it doesn't, but I don't know that it's one that you'd want to put on every single knife that you have out there, and it's not on every single Kizer knife out there, but it's on a lot of them. So it's kind of the fallback design if there's not some other specified or specifically done pivot. But to me, that's okay. I mean, it's better than just a standard nothing, And there are a lot of standard nothings out there. So I was looking around the table like, what do we got? Any volunteers from you losers? So, just different things. I mean, pivot screw's a pivot screw, right? But, so you got something here. It's all accessible with your Torx drivers and stuff. So, is it a pretty good sized knife? Well, let's find out. I think it is. It's reasonably good size. About 3 3/4 inch blade and 8.5 overall. 21.5 centimeters. Centimeters, and about 3 3/4, about 96 millimeter blade length, that kind of thing. Now the stock, it runs almost 4 millimeters on most of these Kizer knives, and this is no exception. Basically 4 millimeter and 0.155 of an inch. Handle thickness 0.47 of an inch and about 12 millimeters, dead on. So it's a bigger knife. Than the grip, and you get these pivots lined up. This blade, the grip is not a 3 3/4 inch blade. So yeah, this is a bit bigger, although they're kind of in that range, aren't they? Let's see what else we got laying around here that we can kind of give a comparison to. The PM2, Paramilitary 2 from Spyderco. So however you want to do that perspective scale. And the PM2's got a big, long handle. And so does the Quicksilver, as you see. So, Quicksilver, bigger knife overall. Absolutely. And probably heavier as well. Blade stock, same deal, heavier. In any case, I think this is like about 3.5 millimeters. This is closer to 4 millimeter blade stock. So good lockup, bearings on the pivot, good action. I like the design generally, and it feels good in the hand. It's fairly elongated. It's not real tall this way in the scales. So it's a little bit thinner that way, but that takes up less real estate in your pocket when it does that. And this blade pretty much gets buried in that scale. How much room are we taking up here? Well, we're just about using all that we can, although this part of the scales kind of come out a little further, so this fits inside of this. There's a little to spare over here. You got a lanyard hole. Right hand tip up only. 2 screws to hold the stamp clip in place. Yeah. That's a lot of stone washing. And it's got a compound grind, a swedge up here. It's got pretty good amount of material at the tip for piercing. A little bit of a recurve here on this blade, so I'm in my head. I'm sitting there trying to figure out how my KME is going to attack this thing for sharpening purposes. And but if you have like the sharp maker with that Spyderco system and stuff like that, it doesn't matter. You got round ceramic rods or whatever, you can do that. And, this guy needs to get some an extra attachment for the KME to do the recurves in any case. Because I know I'm going to end up with, several in my permanent collection. And this was just really an interesting design. And what a great value, right? Okay, let me show you a little paperwork. I know this is not the shopping channel. Maybe it's turning into that. I don't know. But I think that price is really important when you think about a knife. It's always a consideration, right? Well, here's Blade HQ, Quicksilver, the KI 4446, titanium, stone wash, blah, 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 blah. $135, right? 186 MSRP. In any case, 8.5, 3.75, all these things we've done. And here's your hardness, 58 to 60. It's a Tanto, hollow grind, handle length, handle thickness, we did. That kind of thing. And here's your pause and read if you want. Okay. And the second page, and these are good for information purposes, that kind of thing. And there you go. But what did we say? So you go shopping for a knife and it's $135. Is that a good deal for that? Well, whoever bought it and left a review liked it really well. Although, see, I'm trying to tell you that Kizer has cut some of their prices through their distributor network and this and that. And so there are some deals to be had. $68. Now, I'm not a math whiz, but I think that's way less than $135. And I hate to give any shout outs to eCop because they are, I mean, if you're going to buy a knife, that's about where you might want to go. They're a seller on eBay and they have lost their minds. But free shipping and to boot, right? So, I mean, 135, $68. I think this knife is worth $68 all day long. All day long. Actually, I think it's a pretty good knife for $135. So, you know, and then you're just talking about design, which do you like better, that kind of thing. Because really, the action's really good on this. Like I said, it's centered. It's fairly slender, doesn't take up a lot of real estate in the pocket, but it's a 3 3/4 inch blade, 8.5 overall. So, you know, fits in the hand pretty good. Reverse grip. Why they set this up so you could go tip up and tip down, but not left hand as well, I don't know. I mean, you can see that there's holes in here to bring that pocket clip around to a tip down carry. I don't know if I'm going to drill some extra holes. I think I'm going to make it on this side and give people a left-hand carry option. Just saying. Here you go. There's the box. Quicksilver, Kimning, 3.63 inch. Well, that may be cutting edge, but I'm seeing 3.75 on my measuring. And you know, what was I going to say? Oh, inside this lovely box is this lovely crush-proof box, which is really tough. And, you know, you get your zipper pouch and you can't dig that out. And then you get the microfiber cloth under here with their logo on it. And you get, I can't guarantee you this because I don't know. Some of the models have some extra hardware in them. Some of them don't. So don't know. This is just to show you what the boxes look like. This is not this specific box. This box is in here. So in any case, but they all, you know, I mean, it's going to be exactly the same, except I don't know about the hardware situation. So in any case, and those two little screws, those are for lock bar. Probably in case someday you ever replace the insert, whatever. Stamp clip, not a deep carry pocket clip. Not specifically a contoured titanium handle. It's pretty much flat. A lot of mill work here, and that helps with grip because you got these milled areas. So that improves the traction on the handle. And as you saw through here, you know, there's an over travel stop, which it's almost so automatic anymore. I almost, you know, have quit mentioning it because, yeah, most models have over travel stop. So very open design. How much does it weigh? Well, what do you think? Well, I already showed you the specs, so you ought to be able to guess pretty good. 4.8 ounces. That's not very heavy, especially for a 3 3/4 inch blade. 137 grams. So not bad at all. About an ounce heavier than this knife or this knife. Any case, but this one's titanium. I'm wondering if this kind of, if this surface treatment, this ano here, would help resist scratching. You know, I always worry about that with titanium. You know, that's why sometimes I'll prefer to carry something with a G10 handle if I think I'm going to really get into something with the knife. If I'm going to do a lot of cutting or a lot of, you know, other than just casual stuff. But if I'm really picking up a knife because I've got chores to do with it, it's more than likely going to have a G10 handle on it. Just don't like to scratch these up. And, you know, if you're sitting it down here and there, you never know what it's going to come in contact with. And it scratches. It just does. So, that's why I got G10 knives around here. And or non-titanium, right? So, just saying. But as far as, you know, a little bit higher premium quality materials, wow. It's good. It's really good. So, you know, watch out for the Kizer thing right now. This is late September 2017. So, you know, there have been some reductions going through the system. Keep an eye out. Look on eBay and Knife Center, wherever they're selling Kizers. Compare, do a little shopping, because one thing you don't want to do is do something evil. And what I consider evil is paying full retail. I mean, there have been lust buys that I've done where I paid full retail. Sorry, but I had to have it, and there was no way around. No cheat. No way to get around it. Had to do it. Damn it. But if there's a way, I'll be sneaking around the backside seeing if I can steal one for some kind of lower price. And you know, I mean, that's half the fun of acquiring one, just to brag to your buddies how little you paid for it. And still have a hell of a knife. I mean, a really nice one. And this is. I really do like this. I like the, you know, how you know, much sense does this blade grind make? I don't think it makes a lot of sense. You know, no. But I mean, if every blade grind had to be something where, you know, it was just totally utilitarian, well, then just get something like this and go with it. I mean, you know, flat grind, great for slicing stuff enough. You know, I mean, just saying, no. But we're talking about design. We're talking about, style, things like that. So, you know, if you're a collector, then it's not all about function, although it will cut. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. What do you think? I like the Quicksilver. I certainly like $68. I like that a lot. All right, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for joining me, because you know what we do around here. We love them knives, so stay sharp.